it's very interesting to look at plans, and it'll show you everything you need to know. If the architect is good, he'll show you everything you need to know on building this. And here's something interesting, how they're showing the tile. In fact, they didn't even build the roof with this kind of tile, the curved clay tiles, kind of like this. It's all concrete and it's more flat. So that's something they decided to alter. And now see, this is not the approved set of plans. So this was the initial set of plans. And obviously they have to show all this because they have to show you what kind of tiles they're using and how heavy the tile is, how they're going to build the roof to support the weight of the tiles, the weight of the floor. See, here's another elevation, left elevation. As you're looking at the left side of the house, here's a front elevation. As you're looking there, looking at the front of the house, all this kind of stuff. And all these elevations are still on A sheets. Here's the right elevation. There's the right side of the house. Here's the rear elevation, the back of the house. And see, it actually shows you the roof too. So if you get a little questionable about the roof, on which way it goes, you can look at these other elevations and make the determination on how tall you're going to have to build the chimney, because there's heights. There's required heights and where it's going to be and all that kind of stuff. They figure all that kind of stuff out. So see, here's the back of the chimney right there. On the back of the house, on the side of the house, you can see here's the chimney again, because you're seeing the side of the house of the chimney. And then here's all your elevations, notes, typical window jamb, heads and sill similar elevation keynotes, all this kind of stuff you've got to look at. See, D is, I'm going to say that's a detail sheet, because see, here it says basement, wall, detail, and vault. And they'll give you all the details on how to build those certain areas, how to attach the floor, and it's very interesting stuff. Here's that that stem wall foundation, where it looks like you've got rebar down in there, another piece there, and here's a continuous piece of rebar, you know, and this stuff inside is probably that's insulation when it zigzags like that. See, 2x6 wall studs at 16-inch on center with R19 insulation. It tells you how you're going to build the wall and what kind of stuff is going to be in it. There's a wall cantilever section, and it will give you details on the drawings, on the other drawings, and it might refer back to see detail 3, page D1, or something like that. See, they're all numbered. There's 8, 9, 10, and then it's just one little drawing. This one detail is slab detail. See? Is that, because you look down here and the number is down below and then up above. So when you see that number, even though there's 2 details, you're like, which one is it? You just look at your drawings, you'll be able to figure it out. Last thing you want to do is read the wrong detail. All right? Okay, so that's a detail sheet. This is mechanical and electrical, and this is specifications. So they didn't. It's not an entire full drawing to take to the building permit, because with that you would have all kinds of specifications, roof specifications, and the engineering for the roof, the engineering for how you're going to come down to the elevations here, whether or not you have to build some side walls or something if you're on a hill. The trusses, you'll have a diagram of all the ceiling trusses, if they are trusses, and the specs for those. And then the planners, the structural inspectors can look at that and check out all the things and see, okay, can that roof actually span 20 feet in one direction? And is it the right height? And is it going to hold up this concrete or clay tiles? Is it going to hold up the sheetrock ceiling, the flooring underneath? Are the beams, are they big enough type beams? And are they going to span as far as they are to hold up the rest of the roof or the floor space? And you would see different things. See this number 4? That's the end of a beam coming out. So you look at number 4. Number 4, structural. Number 4, structural support. See structural. So then you go back to the structural sheet was the D sheet. You look at number 4, and it will tell you. See? So see, you see another one, 10. Go over to 10. Typical floor. Here it specs out exactly what the floor is going to be made out of. It doesn't say go to somewhere else. So some places they can explain it right here. Other places they can't. Okay? So it's very interesting. But what I can see and what I had thought initially was that there is no deck down on that lower level. That's shown on the drawing. But like I say, this is not the approved set of plans. So what would I do at this point? Well, at this point, I would have to go down to the building department and get the actual approved set of plans, and that will show whether or not the deck was extended or not extended. See, here's the lower level floor plan. Here's that deck we're talking about right here. Here's the section of deck. And remember, the deck goes out to about there, and then the stairs, boop, 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 right down there. That was an afterthought. Oh, it's a good afterthought too, by the way. So when you're in your house, you can actually get on your deck and then walk down the stairs to the back. The only other way would have been to walk all the way down the side of the house, boom, 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 and landscape type stairs. There's slate tiles on it and railroad ties, and it steps down, steps down, steps down, steps. Lots of stairs on the side of the house there. Okay. Okay, so that's about as far as I can go with these drawings. I'm still going to keep these drawings. These are good drawings to hang on to, because in case I ever have any questions about anything, I can refer back to the plans to a certain extent. Okay, but this could have been the initial set of plans that the owner or the architect went back to the owner. Okay, what do you think of your house? Here, we've designed the house for you. You've kind of showed us kind of what you wanted. We came up with a good lay of the land to give you the best views possible and give you the easiest access to different areas. You said you wanted a big rec room. We gave you the big rec room. You wanted a fitness area. We gave you a little fitness area right here. You wanted some bedrooms down here, and you wanted a couple bathrooms. You wanted one with a shower and a bathtub shower combination. The other one, you just wanted a toilet and a sink. We gave you that. We gave you some extra storage. Here's another storage area for you. The mechanical room we made nice and big, because you said you didn't want it. You didn't want it tiny. You wanted the stairs to kind of come up at an angle before hitting a landing to come up again. Coming down. Sorry, come down, and then down at the bottom. And I found that interesting too. See, at the bottom of the stairs, they've got a door. Well, there is no door. It's just an opening. So that was something they thought of, and they changed because there's a little room over here too. So these were the initial drawings. Then after that, they came up with, okay, let's come up with the approved set. What do you like about this house? What do you not like about this house? What would you like us to add? We can pencil anything in. We got this on CAD system. We can just change some things. It's not that big of a deal. Might not change the roof structure or anything, and we'll let you know how much more those plans are going to cost, blah, blah, blah. And then they come up with the final set of plans that they're going to give to the building department, the fire department, the zoning. They have to look at that. They have to look at clearances. See, there's no clearances for an initial site plan where the property markers are between properties, how far you're going to start building this from the front of the street back, from the side of the neighbors to the right, the side of the neighbors to the left, how far down the hill you're going, all that kind of stuff. And so they'll put all that together. Then they submit those down at the building department, and then anytime there's corrections, different inspectors have to look at it: structural inspector, a mechanical inspector, electrical inspector, a plumbing and mechanical are usually the same inspector, and you might get another inspector in there somewhere, and then the fire inspector. They all have to look at it. They all make corrections, and they want questions, or they want you to stipulate, hey, if that's what you meant, put it on the plan, show it as a revision or something. And so then you go through plan review and you do all that kind of stuff. When they're all 100% happy, they'll put their stamp on it. The building department puts their stamp on it. They tell you, okay, come on down here, pay your fees, get your permit, and away you go. And then each time you build certain areas, they get on the permit card. You have to call them at certain times after your footings are built, before you pour concrete. The inspector's got to come out. After you build your floor, before you cover that up, the inspector has to come out and look at all of your framing and look at your walls underneath there. So there's different times during the project that inspector needs to come. So the permit card is there. It all gets signed off. Each little thing gets signed off. And certain areas, okay, well, I'll let you cover sheetrock in this area here. But remember, I told you you had to do this and that over here. So you call me, but in the meanwhile, you can start installing your sheetrock, or you can start this over here, and I'll come back. So they'll circle this, initial this, okay, signed off. You have to, they do certain things to try to keep the project going so that they can keep guys out here working, and that's all up to the contractor to review all that with the subcontractors, his employees who are working for him, all that kind of stuff. Boom, ba-boom, ba-boom, ba-boom. So that's why I need to look at those stamped, authorized building department set of plans, and I can get that at the building department. That I'm going to be very interested to see if they revise the drawings to show the stairwell, and I'm going to about bet that they have not been shown there either, because had they been shown, this would have been inspected properly, the flooring would have been done differently, and the inspector never would have passed what I saw down there. Okay, so there's a little bit of a history on this project and what you can do too as a new homeowner, as a previous homeowner, as a potential soon-to-be homeowner, and what kinds of things you can expect. Now another time I think I'm gonna have a whole section of videos on how to read a set of plans, something like this, residential style set of plans, what certain things mean, and how to read it, and all that kind of stuff. That'll be for another time though. Well, that's all I got for this time, but I'll be back with more of this video series. Next stop, building department.